Hey everyone. Straight away, I think we should address my get up. The sad truth is, it's the only thing I own that's at all evocative of Valentine's Day. You could say that, like Valentine's Day, it's red and gaudy, but also like Valentine's Day, it's fun. Um, Plus, I just got home from my shift as a movie theater usher in 1952, and I didn't have time to change. So, let's crack on. I'm going to be reading three poems about different forms or stages of love. The first is about not having it, because I think this can be an especially lonely time for folks who aren't seeing anyone. This poem is, I think it has some really poignant things to say about identity and aspiration and stuff. I mean, like your literal physical stuff. But it's also a poem about possibility. So if you're feeling blue because you don't have a Valentine, hopefully this will be buoying. Hopefully this will be encouraging. All right, here we go. This is a poem called Unwise Purchases by George Bilgere. They sit around the house not doing much of anything. The box set of the complete works of Verdi, unopened. The complete Proust, unread. The French-cut silk shirts, which hang like expensive ghosts in the closet and make me look exactly like the kind of middle-aged man who would wear a French-cut silk shirt. The reflector telescope I thought would unlock the mysteries of the heavens, but which I only used once or twice to try to find something heavenly through the window of the apartment high-rise down the road, and which now stares disconsolately at the ceiling when it could be examining the Crab Nebula. The 30-day course in Spanish whose text I never opened, and whose cassette tapes remain unplayed. Well, save for tape 1, where I never did learn whether the suave American conversing with the sultry-sounding desk clerk at a Madrid hotel about the possibility of obtaining a room actually did manage to check in. I like to think that one thing led to another between them, and that by tape 6 or so, they're happily married and raising bilingual kids in Seville or Terre Haute, but I'll never know. And suddenly I realize that I've constructed the perfect home for a sexy Spanish-speaking astronomer who reads Proust while listening to Italian arias. And I wonder if somewhere in this teeming city there lives a woman with, say, a fencing foil gathering dust in the corner near her unused easel with a rainbow of oil paints drying in their tubes. On the table where the violin she bought on a whim lies entombed in the permanent darkness of its locked case next to an abandoned chess set. A woman who's always dreamed of becoming the kind of woman the man I've always dreamed of becoming has always dreamed of meeting. And while the two of them discuss star clusters and Cezanne, while they fence delicately in Castilian Spanish to the strains of Rigoletto, she and I will stand in the steamy kitchen, fixing up a little risotto, enjoying a modest Cabernet, and talking over a day so ordinary as to seem miraculous. This second selection is probably the most traditional love poem of the bunch. It's about exalting your partner and the gratitude you feel for being with them. Formally, it's a sonnet, and it's right in line with, it's a fine example of that long tradition. And it's called For Frances by Ogden Nash, and Frances is the name of the author's wife. Geniuses of countless nations have told their love for generations, till all their memorable phrases are common as goldenrod and daisies. The girls have glimmered like the moon, or shimmered like a summer noon, stood like lily, fled like fawn, now like sunset, now like dawn. Here the princess in the tower, there the sweet forbidden flower. Darling, when I think of you, every aged phrase is new. And there are moments when it seems I've married one of Shakespeare's dreams. All right, well, this third poem it speaks to the experience of being in a long-term relationship better than pretty much anything I've ever read. Strictly speaking, it's probably not even a love poem, but it reflects the workaday comfort, support, and weirdness that develops after the initial exuberant rambunctiousness of love has a chance to mature into something more stable and sustainable. And if you've lived with your partner for a good while, you might find it as relatable as I do. All right, it's called Marriage by Jim Harrison. I just remembered a serious argument. On my 75th birthday, I had the firm sense that I was 175. She disagreed. Look at your driver's license, she said. I said, you know the state of Montana took my license from me. So she went into my briefcase and got out my passport. You're a mere 75, she said. I said, how can you trust the government in this important matter? I went to bed after a couple drinks believing I was 175. In the morning, I felt only 75 and apologized at breakfast. I'd lost 100 years and felt light, younger, more energetic. As a boy, I saw in Life magazine photos of Civil War veterans. I don't think there are any more left, are there? They would have to be 175. Sometimes I remember aspects of that damnable war.